Good afternoon. This notification didn't go out. I don't even know if anybody will come in here. I'm just, I see 5 people. It's okay. Just speak up because I feel like I'm talking to myself. When my brother was sick and we knew he was passing away, I got him a recorder. Hey, Bolo. I got him a recorder so he could record his thoughts. He never used it before he passed, and then I kept it and I thought, I'm going to record my thoughts. I never used it. I gave it to my other brother. Hey, Jamie Lynn, Bombs Crafting with Amanda, Nemesis. How's everybody doing? Good, I hope. I've been trying to, I don't know, man. I gotta find something new on the YouTube. Hey, Sage. No, I don't have no headache. Not yet. Knock on wood. But man, I went live a while back and talked about how I always go for the underdog and how I wasn't going to do that anymore, and I'm not. I'm not. But I don't know. I'm just kind of blown away with certain situations on here. And I get it. I guess it really is just YouTube. But people call people their friends on here. They're not your friends. Y'all hear the katydids? They were really loud the other morning. But we all know that I've been over there watching the LCU because I can't deal with what's going on in our little community. The whole, everybody throw up a GoFundMe for an attorney to fight for your freedom of speech, which you don't think there should be any consequence for. Ooh, 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 big B. Um, I can't. I don't even want to say that because I don't like the dude that says that. I'm sorry, I don't like Ken over in the LCU. He's not my cup of tea. But, you know, if you follow the LCU at all, then you know that everything went to hell in a handbasket over at the Becky Boop universe. We talked about that the other day. Becky swearing to people, to Roxy and to Savage, that she wasn't working with Keemstar and that she would never go back. Told all of her supporters that and shit. And that was a big problem. It wasn't my problem I had with Becky, but it was a problem with some people. I have too, rock a bit, but for the most part, these people are not your friends. I've, you know, I've just, once bitten, twice shy, I guess. But, the whole thing was Becky promised me that you're never going back to Keemstar and Mike and the LCU and blah blah blah, and she lied and said she wouldn't. Then she did. Then she got dumped on. They tricked her. Whatever. If you know, you know. Uh, that wasn't my problem with Becky. Was whether she was working with Keem or not. I mean, I supported her when she was with Keemstar, so that wasn't my problem. My problem was, well, the fact that she sat on Savage's panel while real life shit was taking place. That was my problem. But whatever. So Becky blames everybody and anybody for the downfall, when in reality, it's just her problem. It's her fault. She did it. But the whole thing was she wasn't working with Keem and them. And then when she fires Roxy and Savage, she accuses them of working with Keem and them. And Roxy and Savage. Now keep in mind, hey, Michelle. Exactly, Sage. Now keep in mind, Savage. We all know it's not a secret. Don't like the woman. Probably never will. But things went down in the LCU that I defended Savage on because it was just wrong. Becky is a mess, but she learned from the best, Jamie Lynn. And after what I've seen in the last few days, Becky's no different than the rest of them people over there. You know, um, and people can say, well, you type in the chat, you watch and shit. I do. I do. But I've never been burnt by them motherfuckers. Hey, Whistledown. The way that Savage has, the way that Roxy has. So when I see Savage going back up on panels of the same people who totally, totally humiliated her over going to fat camp and getting a little drunk and hold on, Sam, go on, go, come on, Sam, go, go on. Sorry, I'm getting Sam out of the bedroom because he's a big dog and he has big dog farts and they stink. But when I see them going back up on these panels of these people who did them so dirty, it's like, yeah, I agree, Michelle. I mean, you go up on, I mean, any way you look at it, Keemstar is the one that could have shut that whole fat camp Savage getting loaded dancing, dirty dancing. Because again, do I think Savage did it? Yeah, I do. I don't think she was the only one at fat camp getting loaded and, acting a fool. I mean, that was pretty clear when the phone call came into Madhouse about Brantley and Keem shut that shit down. Keem promised Joe he would shut that down, Savage's husband. He didn't. He still talked about it as of recently, as of 4th of July. But either way, so Savage says this morning while she's on Cafe's panel, Cafe Ken or one of them asked the question, what would it take to get you to come back? And Savage is like, nah, man, nah, I think I'm just going to stay friends with Keem and do my own thing. Friends with Keem? The man who lied to your husband's face about shutting down the rumor of your puss being flashed all over Fat Camp. These are the same exact people that's in the chat, that's on these panels, that are going, yeah, Sav, come back, come back. Come back. We miss you, Sav. Sav, come back. You were the same people that joined in on the humiliation. I'm sitting here going, is this for real? Where is your moral compass? Not that I've ever accused Savage of having a moral compass, but I have accused Roxy of it. And then I hear Roxy say, after saying, swearing on her family's lives, that she would never go back to the LCU. And then I hear her say, the only way I would ever come back is if Savage did. And I'm like, what? What? Is it me? Is it me? I'm all about, moving on. I ain't saying that anybody needs to have a full out war with anybody that's wronged them. But all of these people are the same ones that treated you two so horribly bad. But to get back at Becky, because Becky owes you money, you'll go and team up with these people to give them content to make money. You're not getting it. They are. But because Becky did you wrong and owes you money, we're going to go back to the same people that did us wrong before. I don't understand it. That's why I say people really do sell their fucking morals on this platform. DM Nunya, she's got tea you may or may not want to know about Roxy. I don't even know which Nunya, and why do I don't really need tea on Roxy. I mean, I don't, who the hell's Nunya? Which Nunya? Good Nunya? Nunya business? I don't know. I mean, I'm all about Becky. Pay the people. They did the work. Pay them. Becky's, you know what? Two things can be wrong at the same exact time. I don't get this. One day, um, all this one day everybody hates Bombshell, everybody hates Flava. The next thing you wake up and everybody who hated Flava is now in their chat because her and Bob, it's like, right, when Roxy was still in the LCU, Savage's followers, yes, they hated Roxy. And you know what, this is what really gets me, because no matter how I feel about Savage, she really does have some loyal supporters like T-Pack, um, Pirate, Val. That's just a list of few. Do you know what they must be sitting back thinking right now? Ooh, whistle down. Hey, Snacks. It's drama. Okay, but is it just fake? I mean, drama, everybody has drama in their life. It's not necessarily fake. I mean, everybody, I mean, I have a large family. There's always some drama going on somewhere, but it's real drama. It's not, is it all fake drama? Is that what all this is? Because I personally would never, ever, ever go back to a group of people who treated me so horribly as they did Savage and Roxy just to get back at Becky. Where I don't know, guys. I don't know. I don't understand it. When Becky was in the LCU and I thought, she was being so treated so horribly, and then to find out it was all fake. It was all She wasn't being treated horribly at all. She was going along with every bit of it. The whole shaving of her head, that was all planned. Here I thought, damn, man, Becky, you're desperate. You'd shave your head to be a part of, the universe over there. And then come to find out it didn't have nothing to do with returning to the universe. It had nothing to do with, Keemstar didn't make her shave her head. Becky wanted to shave her head, hoping for a viral moment. Does going viral mean that much to people? Oh, there is no, my word is my bond. I don't believe not one motherfucker that hangs out over there. Because after watching that crowd this morning at Cafe, oh, we love us, Roxy and Savage. We love you. What would it take to come back? And Savage had every opportunity when Ken asked her what she thought about the state of the LCU right now. Every opportunity to go in on Xylee. Apparently, Savage is a pussy because she didn't take that opportunity while sitting on Cafe. She only does it when she's on her own panel. I don't have anything against Roxy. I mean, my beef with Savage goes back long before the whole LCU shit. My beef with Savage goes back to when she chose to take a picture of my son and put it on her community post for no fucking reason other than I was beefing with her friend. I don't even really have problems with Becky other than she's a fake bitch who doesn't care about nobody or nothing except going viral, and the fact that she tried to blame me and Bolo and others for the downfall of her BBU. No, bitch, you did that. And what's really, really, really ironic is everyone knows what's going on. That Keem and Becky are working towards a frenemy show. So, how can you remain friends, as Savage puts it, Roxy puts it, with a man, Keemstar, that's going to team up with Becky on a new show? Becky, the one that I don't get it. I don't understand none of this. I get it. It's entertainment. I get entertainment. I understand the whole it's entertainment. But it's more than that. It's outright fucking lies. And people pay them money to be lied to. $20, $20, $20, $20, $20, $20 to be lied to. Once I figured out Becky was lying to me, bitch never got another penny from me and never will. She can come on here 2 years from now and she's now a nun. And she's here to do a religious channel. You ain't getting a dime from me, bitch. So that's why I don't understand. Savage, these people totally humiliated you. I mean, yeah, you humiliated yourself several times, all on your own. Uh, but they took a private work situation where everybody was getting drunk and, hey, LaDonna, they took a private situation, something that should have never been leaked of your behavior at a company. Imagine, because in the world of YouTube, Keemstar's pretty big. He's not like, you know, giant, but he's pretty big. Okay. Imagine working for a man where he gets a cut of your paycheck and he allows the whole company after a company party. Imagine you work for, I don't know, give me a medium sized company. I mean, just imagine. Let's say you work for, I don't know, I can't even think of a company right off the bat. But and you go to a company party and you get drunk and you act a little stupid, you right, Jamie Lynn, I agree. But you act a little stupid and then you come back to work. And not only is everybody within the company talking about it, they're broadcasting it over the airways. How do you return to something like that? To piss off Becky? Somebody that's not nearly as big and will never be as big as Keemstar until they start their new show together, probably around the 1st of October. How do you just go back to that? I don't understand it. Roxy, you say that you were made to be out to be a liar and a snake, and all of these people celebrated when you left the LCU, when you quit that day. Live after live after live, show after show after show about Roxy's a snake. We're glad she's gone. Fuck Roxy. She's a liar. She videotaped shit she shouldn't. Keem even said you couldn't come to his house. Oh, I think Becky's horrible on her own too. But the man that you're now going to go on panels and make money for, because a percentage of cafe goes into King's pocket too, or any other panel that you're participating in, is the same man that said you could not come to his home because he did not trust you. He put that out there in the universe. I don't get it. I do not get it. I do not understand the power that man has. They tried everything to sink milkers. Well, it worked. It worked. I can't imagine. I can't imagine being under the thumb of a creator on the internet. Whether it be Keemstar, Mr. Beast, I don't give a fuck who you are. I don't care how big you are. Pootie Pie, I don't care how big you are, how small you are. I can't imagine being under the thumb like these people are to Keemstar. I can't imagine it. I can't imagine being treated so poorly by a large group of people. Yes, it's definitely pick me mentality over there. Look what they did to CD-ROM, okay? Because I'm just going to say it. 75% of the people that sit in Keem's Discord and are scrambling over there to be a part of something are lonely, some on disability, some with mental issues, the whole deal. Go back to the very first time we ever saw CD-ROM on panel. And if you do, it'll be Becky and Keemstar. And CD comes up to try out for a show. Now, CD-ROM happens to be a 40-year-old virgin or whatever, okay? He's a little older than most of us were or are and he's chosen not to engage in sexual activity until he's married or whatever. Or maybe it just hasn't happened. I don't know what his deal is. But go back to when CD-ROM first popped up on the screen and look at Keem start laughing at him. Before he says a word, Keemstar starts laughing at him. Becky then starts giggling and says, "Stop it, Keem," while she's giggling. Right then and there, it became obvious that CD-ROM was going to be Keemstar's plaything. Now, Keemstar obviously felt like CD-ROM looked funny because he hadn't spoken yet. When, yes, Jamie Lynn, yes. When he popped up on the screen, go back. I just watched it the other day. As soon as he comes up, Keem starts laughing. Becky reprimands Keem for laughing while laughing. And from there on, the man got nothing but tortured throughout that entire community. Yes, he was put on live to be the joke, to be the blunt of everybody's joke. Keem's always scamming his audience. Nobody ever calls Keem out for his scams. Well, you got a few in chat that do, but then they just either get deleted or ignored. Keem always scams his people. That's why when they talk about Becky scams over there, if you were true, yeah, Becky has scammed her audience. Well, Snacks, I got to be fair. I was watching Becky when that happened, the whole Zachary and the baby thing, and it didn't truly unfold the way the clip was put out there. Uh, and I'm not going to speak much on Zachary because I don't feel like I have a feeling Zachary is one of those people that just doesn't have it all together. When I see him go from chat to chat to chat to chat, told Becky she was the best YouTuber ever, told Roxy she was the best YouTuber ever, and then he announces these traumas. I'm not going to say he's trolling. I'm going to say that I chose from jump not to acknowledge the traumas because then he turns around and says he has to go perform emergency surgery as if he is a surgeon. Um, then he's then he talks about how his girlfriend left him, the same one that allegedly just lost the baby. I'm not going to say the man is trolling or the woman, whoever's behind the account. I'm going to say that I don't think he's being completely honest. And I feel like he's one of those people that need attention, and I'm not giving it to him. If he truly lost a child, my heart breaks for him. But my heart breaks for anyone who's lost a child. Yes, gonna fly Roxy's sister on a private jet to Hawaii. He wants to take care of her. People like that make your chat very uncomfortable. So for Keem and them to twist it as if Becky did something horrible, no, it didn't go down that way. I was watching the live stream. So I don't have a problem with people telling the truth on Becky. What I have a problem with is people telling lies on anybody. So I don't have a problem with, Becky is a genuine asshole all on her own, but she is a prodigy of Keemstar, and I don't feel any more differently about Becky chuckling at an account in a chat than I do Keemstar and them laughing in the face of real human beings that are on their panel at making them the target of humiliation throughout that entire universe. I can't have a stronger opinion for what Becky may or may not have giggled at than I do at the fact that Keem and them actually get to know these people through their discords and then bring them on to use them to poke at, to laugh at, and to make fun of for content. So I don't know if that makes sense. But why does Becky think she's so pretty? I don't know, Brantley. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't think Becky's ugly. I, 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 I don't know. That's a weird question, Brantley. I don't know. I think Becky's soul is ugly, but I think there's so many that's over there that has ugly souls. And maybe they don't even have ugly souls. They just play this follow the leader. Whatever Keem says goes over there. You don't have a real opinion over there. And the one, I'll give it to yo mama, is he gets on my last nerve, but I'll give the dude credit. He speaks up. And they didn't say that Gemini said something, which is when she giggled. Right. They totally took the clip and they totally made it what it wasn't, just to make Becky look even worse when Becky makes herself look bad all on her own. You don't have to you don't have to do that, you know, because then it puts your credibility at stake. When you take something and you only play a portion of it and you make it out to be something it's not. And I get why it's happening. I get it. Keem has to take Becky down as far as he can take her before he can build her back up on the new redemption arc. I get it. I see what's going on. What I wonder is if everybody else does. I'm sitting here going, Boogie's onto it. Boogie is onto it. He knows exactly what Keem is doing. Keem needs new people on his docket team. Well, according to Boogie, the docket team is having a total fucking come apart because Keem pretty much said, watch every move Becky Boop makes. Those people don't want to sit through 4 hours of Becky. If I was on an unpaid docket team and my boss or the person I'm gathering clips in for said I had to set through 4 hours of hell of Becky Boop, I'd be like, fuck you, take your non paying job and have somebody else watch it. Have somebody else clip it. Boogie let all of that out the other day. He's tired of hearing Keem's docket team complain in the Discord because they have been ordered. I don't care what Rastoff says. Keem never tells us what to do. Yes, yes, you talentless cuck. You talentless cuck. Keem is getting bored, in my opinion. with the whole LCU thing. He's getting bored because he has a bunch of talentless hosts. He has a bunch of people that Keem sees no value in at all. And he's bored, and just like he has smashed so many of his other projects, he doesn't need the money. These other people need the money. Keem doesn't. He's bored. He's ready to move on to something else. And that something else is the Becky redemption arc. And what a slap in the face to all these people who think Becky is so horrible, but yet they're going to be right there sitting there. Just, I mean, I'll watch it. They're going to be right there rooting Keemstar on. I don't get it. I don't understand none of it. You know, if Keemstar wanted to help Roxy, and if Keemstar really cared about Roxy and Savage, which he doesn't, he only cares about the content they brought. He only cares because they have a problem with Becky now. But if he really cared to see them get paid, he could make it happen. A Mac carries Chubbies. It's all mad. I can't watch Chubbies. I mean, no offense. I don't see any, because AMAC and Angie do not fit into the cookie cutter, the cookie cutter LCU stereotypes. You know, they're not ones to smash eggs on their heads or eat expired mayonnaise or throw water balloons at each other. So they don't have that aspect of it. They're not ones to just sit and criticize each other and go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So they don't have that aspect of it. So they're not going to make it. I'm sorry, Chubby is not going to make it in the LCU universe. But then again, I don't think the LCU universe is going to hang on that long after King leaves. Because I don't care what you say about King. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. The man has talent behind a microphone. He can carry a show. He can carry a show. I mean, he's been on the internet for how long now? Uh, Becky, I don't care how you feel about her. It, both, in my opinion, are horrible people, morally horrible people. She can carry a show. Right, Snacks. She can carry a show. Savage can't stand a bitch. When she made that comment, Becky, I've been in court over YouTube stuff before. Well, yeah, Mike had an RO, Mike Green, kid behind the camera, put a restraining order against you. Um, Dolly Vision, because you went to his job with your husband looking for him. Yeah, you ended up in court. And I wasn't in there, but from what I heard, you cried and told the judge you were playing a character. So, was that winning? I don't know. Did the judge just look at you and Dolly and tell you both to grow up? Maybe. I don't know. I wasn't in there. Is that winning? When I say I win in court, it's because I walked away with more than what I walked out or walked in with. Yep. Keem and Becky are playing a dangerous game. See, Becky's not worried. Whistle down. You have that clip? I'm going to have to go check out your channel. I haven't seen it in a long time. But I don't know. I just couldn't imagine. I never, I really thought of all people that were going to hold true to their word. Not that I think she has any morals whatsoever, because I don't believe Savage has morals. Not when it comes to YouTube. Maybe as a family woman, she might, but not when it comes to YouTube. I was really shocked more of her going back over there, because I just couldn't. I just couldn't do it. You know, you use my pussy for content for how many weeks, how many months? My pussy was your content, and now I'm gonna go back over there because I'm mad at somebody else. No, man, no. Weak sauce. Weak sauce. Sorry, Savage. That's a weak ass move. Savage was just on her panel 2 weeks ago saying that, Joe hasn't forgiven Keem because Keem made him a promise, man to man, that he would shut that shit down. He didn't. Even spoke again on it at 4th of July. Now, Mike has come out and said it never happened, but who believes Mike Green? Of course it happened. But I don't think Savage was the only one. I mean, Keem accidentally sends a video to Becky of Brantley and a couple other girls having a threesome. How do you accidentally do that? When I say threesome, I ain't talking full on naked and all that. I didn't see the video. How do you do that? Keem and Becky are playing games with each other, and they both get a nut off of it. Oh yeah, her dance for Benny. That's what I'm saying, Savage. You can go to a new community, but people don't forget what you've done over here. People don't forget that shit. Savage also went on Jaffe's panel after Madhouse was canceled, even though he was in on the roast beef jokes. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And like I said, Savage has got people that they're diehards for her. Are they not going to be her friend anymore? No. But they're sitting back right now, scratching their heads, going, wait a minute, Savage, what are you doing? What are you doing? Just to get back at Becky? You're going to go to the people that humiliated you the most? Becky didn't humiliate you. Becky humiliated herself. The only thing Becky ain't done is not paid you, and it ain't even September 1st yet. I don't get it. I don't get it. Like I said, I guess there is a price tag for people's morals. And Savage's is right about $1,500, and Roxy's is about, I don't know, 5 grand. Yeah, Jamie Lynn, that's what I'm saying. They were drinking, they were all having a good time. They were adults doing adult things. Would I go to a company party and behave that way? No. But for that group to make content out of it the way that they did, especially knowing that Savage has a following way, way, way far away from the LCU. I don't get the hoe throwing money at him, whistle down. I mean, I've sent my hate super chats to Keem. Not even hate. I don't hate the man. I don't know him. He's kind of like a freak of nature to me. Like his mind is intriguing to me. How much did they make last night? 9 minutes, and they were, yeah. Oh, yeah, the money was coming in to Savages. But the people donating it were the same motherfuckers that were sitting over there calling her puss roast beef. Jamie Lynn, right. Everything is content when it comes to these people. But here's the thing. Here's the ones I feel the most sorry for. And this is what gets me in trouble because I start to feel like, let's go back to CD-ROM. I'm not sure that man knew what he was signing himself up for. I'm not sure CD-ROM knew by going and being a host on live that what he basically signed was a ticket to be humiliated. When Savage was over there in the LCU, she was doing nasty shit to Becky too. The host showing Becky's house video and all that shit, you know, totally unnecessary. I, I don't know. I'm just flabbergasted after watching Cafe this morning because I do watch the shows when I'm cleaning or whatever. I'll have it on in my ear. Not normally Cafe. Hey, watcher. Right. Nobody deserves what they did to CD-ROM. I mean, really, the man's virginity becomes your all's content. It it's just amazing to me. The whole Grimm and Nightmare, when Grimm and Beans split up, and Beans participated in that Grimm is gay for Nightmare, Grimm and Night. That who signs up for that shit? Who signs up for that? Who says, all right, I'm going to take this job because it pays pretty good money? And the thing is some of these shows don't make shit. Some of them I can see where the money is, enticing. Not enticing enough to have my reputation destroyed, but I can see where it's enticing. But who says, yeah, I'm going to join this community where I can be made fun of and poked and prodded and my morals questioned, because why? How much? King calls himself a Christian. King, give me a break. King believes in Christianity because Brantley does. That's how he gets around actually legally marrying Brantley. Because Brantley's a Christian. So King can say, all right, well, I'll marry you in front of God, but I'm not going to put it on paper because you ain't getting shit when we split. Right. The Christians who say GD every other word. Exactly. I hate that word. I hate that word. I hate it. And there's some of them that use it every sentence 15 times in a sentence. Becky's one of them. Becky says that word all the time. And you got that little account, Net Detective, that runs around reprimanding everybody for their dirty mouths. But then they're a Becky simp and a Gemini simp. And Gemini says it. He'll say it in the same breath as, what else does he say? Lord Jesus save me, or Lord Jesus help me. Lord, he always says something. Another freak of nature, in my opinion, is old Thick over there, which at least he's not stupid. Well, he might be someday. I'm really shocked because I was one of the first ones to say, oh, Keem will dangle a carrot and Thick Gemini will just jump on it. He'll be right back over there in the LCU, which so far he hasn't. But it'll only take a minute for Becky to piss him off. Yeah, the whole crown thing, I don't understand all of that. $500 a month to sponsor Keemstar, a millionaire. I'm gonna take my $500 a month and I'm gonna give it to a millionaire. I'm not gonna give it to the homeless or, you know, the ASPCA or cancer research or anything like that. I'm gonna take my $500 a month and I'm gonna give it to a millionaire. Tell me Keem ain't a fucking genius. Tell me Keem is not a genius. He is a millionaire that convinces people to give him money. For nothing. How many people have crowns? I think the last King showed of the leaderboard, I think live, his show alone, when I say his show, the main show, has five people giving him $500 a month, just guaranteed money. It's like they don't even have to show up. They can just take the month off and they're still going to get, $2,500 regardless. Yeah, right. They get nothing for being a crown. They get some silly song that Boogie has created with AI, and they get like their little private chat or something in that Discord, something like that. I mean, and I guess if you're making an investment in something, like if the LCU was like going places and you were going to get a return on your money, I'd be like, all right, I can see this. But you ain't. You ain't drawing interest on it. It ain't going to save the fucking world. It's going in a millionaire's pocket. It's like, oh my God. And this is why I say Keem is a freaking genius. I'm, I watched a little bit of Queens last night. Okay. Now, I don't know about you all. I don't know where you live in the world or whatever, but I can tell you where I'm at. Groceries are off the charts. You're blocked on his channel. Yeah, he times me out a lot. He's blocked me from milkers and shit, whatever. Groceries are off the charts, you all. Like, I hate to even go grocery shopping. I done went from just a year ago of, you know, $200 every 2 weeks in groceries to now about $300 a week. So it's like quadrupled. And I'm watching Queens over there, and you got Tina D, the one and only neighbor, Tina D. Now, every live they have, she's complaining about something's wrong in her world. Her floors are falling in, her skylight got busted by a tree, she's infested with cockroaches. There's something going on, wrong in her world. But I look, and they've got probably $150 worth of groceries that they're using to dump on Mike in Tina's living room, mind you. Let a bitch squirt mustard in my living room. It's game on. But whatever. It's Tina. I'm looking there and I'm thinking, so people are going to pay you, and they made money. They made good money. Is that really comedy, you all? I guess if you're just sitting at a restaurant and just spontaneously some woman picks up the ketchup and dumps it on her husband's head, I probably would start laughing. I probably wouldn't give her money to do it, but I probably would start laughing. I mean, I just would. No harm, no foul. It's ketchup. Battery acid, I probably wouldn't laugh. I'd be like, oh, you know, clutching my pearls. But is that really comedy to pay somebody to dump condiments on a millionaire's head? Because Michael is a millionaire too. Is that funny? I don't know. Maybe I just don't have a sense of humor for things like that. Hey, Crystal. Somebody said she lied. She didn't really eat the roaches. Which, who cares? I mean, Gemini sits over there and eats crickets. Oh my God. I was gonna say maybe I'm in the wrong business. I don't want your money. If that's what I gotta do, if I've got to come on the internet and totally embarrass the fuck out of myself, if I've got to come on the internet and just sell my morals down the river, keep your money. Keep it. Because I'm never changing. What I am going to change about myself is if you are associated with the LCU in any way, shape, or form, I will never believe another word that comes out of your mouth. Nobody. Yeah. They recycle the same shit over and over and over and over again. So as much as I don't like Xylee, I think Xylee's a bitchy old hag who says she's real. Ain't nothing real about her. I could totally understand where she's like, why are we going to cover Queens? It's just another night of dumping shit on each other's head. How much can you say about it? BBU is supposed to be something new. Because Becky, the only talent Becky has is talking behind a microphone. That's all she has. She's a talentless hack. Like 95% of the people that Keem has. Look at this copper cab dude. People throw him so much money, and all he does is sit and scream at the crowd to quit throwing him money. Make it make sense, people. This dude sits and cusses out the chat for giving him money, and they keep doing it. Come on over here. I'll cuss you out for free. I'll call you filthy names. I'll crack on your mother, your disability, whatever. No, I won't. No, I won't. Who am I kidding? I won't say nothing about your mom or your disability. But it's like that's entertainment. Well, what makes Copper and Sweet Tea so funny is Sweet Tea. Because God love her. God love her. She's just like so many people in that universe. She thinks she's really liked. Right, Crystal? Sweet Tea thinks she's a star. She thinks she's a star. Now, let's not forget how Sweet Tea got her start. She became a member. She joined the Discord. I like Sweet Tea too. Her, her. What makes her funny is that she's real. That's what makes Sweet Tea funny. Is that she really is that person. She's not faking it. She really is who she is. That's what makes her funny. Not these motherfuckers that get up here, act total fools. If they behave that way in their real life, do you really think Copper Cab? Yes, Nemesis. She's oblivious. But do you really think Copper Cab, because he had his one viral moment of being featured on what's that cartoon, whatever it is. He had that viral moment about gingers. Do you really think that man goes around in his real life and just screams at people like that? That's what makes it not funny. What makes Sweet Tea funny is I think she goes around in her real life and really says these things. That's what makes Sweet Tea funny. But again, she's just used as content. Notice nobody uses Xylee as content. Notice that. And when Savage had her chance today, she backed off of it. Why? Why'd you do that, Sav? Why can you sit on your panel and drag Xylee for filth? But when you had the opportunity on Cafe this morning, you backed down. Why is that? I don't get it. I mean, I thought, okay, Savage and Roxy going up on Cafe. They're back to hanging with the same people that totally humiliated them all over the internet. People that they swore on their families' lives that they would never go back to. It doesn't matter whether you're employed through Keemstar or not, you're still back over there. So maybe something exciting will pop off. And when Ken opened that door to give Savage the chance for something exciting to pop off, she didn't take it. Hello, Ross Dog. What's going on over there, man? I saw Steph went live the other day. I can't even keep up with all that shit. Steph, Bird, AC, all them people. But but I did hear Savage say she was creeping around a new community. And I have a feeling, Ross Dog, it's that community. Oh, girl. Well, then I'm gonna get in a Discord chat and you're gonna have to tell me all about it, Ross. Because I'm losing it on this fake drama over there. I need some real drama in my life. Not Pink Birdo. You mean Bird, not the other bird. Because Steph's always had the hots for Bird. It doesn't matter how bad he's treated people, whatever. But Ross, you need to hit me up in Discord so that we can have a talk because I need some real drama. I need some real drama because this fake shit is getting old. Because what happens is when I see people really getting hurt over there that are blind to it, then I get this big soft spot for them, and then come to find out it was fake. I get sucked right into that, Ross. I don't even know if Pink Birdo is a guy or a girl. Every time they go on panel, I can't understand a word they say. I don't know. I watched a live one time where Bridget, Boston Bridget, I love Bridget, her and Pink Birdo went back and forth with really fast, almost like auctioneer kind of words. I don't know. Fake entertainment is ruining everything. Yes, Ross Dog. Yes. Yes, I agree. I totally agree. So I'm gonna come in Discord, Ross, and you're gonna have to tell me everything, all the drama, because I cannot continue to submerge myself in the fake shit over at the LCU. I cannot be a part of the crama, real life going, fundraisers for frivolous lawsuits, doxing, going after people's kids. I can't be a part of that. Can't be a part of that. So my corners of YouTube are becoming limited. Oh, Ross is going to tell me. I'll fill you in, Bolo. Ross will tell me. I just pop into the old RDA Discord and say, somebody fill me in on the drama over there in that. I don't even know what that community is called. It's not RDA community. It's A1A or something. A1, 1A, 1A. I think that's who they are. Ross will tell me. Like I said, I got to get me some real drama. I cannot with the fake manufactured. Let's just hurt people to be hurting people for no other fucking reason than the almighty dollar drama of the LCU. Of the people who say, I'll never go back, I'll never be a part of that. They did this to me, they did that to me, and then you look up and boom, they're back on a panel. I got to get away from that shit. A1 steak sauce. Okay, 1A. I had it backwards. Does Ross have a channel? Yeah, Ross has a channel. I don't know if he goes live much on it. Whenever I see Ross live, it's through the Discord. So I don't get notifications for Ross either. That's why I said I don't know if he goes live anymore. But I'm going to have to broaden my horizons again because I can't do the real life shit. I can't do the fake shit. I forget true crime because I watch this lady over there. I don't know. She's from like Scotland or something. I really like her. Michelle. Michelle is her name. And she put out a story the other day and said she wishes people would cover it more. No, no. He does a stream or two a year. No, Michelle, don't put that out there. You don't want these people to cover it. You don't want these people to cover it. I mean, look what they did to poor old Sebastian Rogers. Does anybody even realize that kid's still missing? Or is it all about lawsuits and fundraisers and trashing the parents? And does anybody even realize that Sebastian's still missing? Does anybody even care? I do. Yes, England, Michelle After Dark. Yes. Snacks. I like her. I like her. But the other day she introduced, I don't know if it was a community post or something, and she's like, I wish more people would report. Not these people. You don't want these people getting involved in it. I mean, I appreciate the thought, Michelle. You got the best of intentions, but please don't encourage the grannies watchings, the queen bees, the Brittany Jays. Don't encourage them people to get in on it. The Dolly Visions, the Bullhorn Bettys. No, 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 no. Bashing makes more money. I know. Isn't that sad, Crystal? There's been some amazing lime and bad relationship drama lately. All right, Ross. When you going to be in Discord? Which I never was a Lyman follower or fan. I remember when I first saw her, Marianne, or sorry, Hello Starlight and them were hanging over in her live, and she was like doing Pokemon cards and ASMR, you know, now follow me, like little, she had like animations on her stream, and she'd be like, now follow me to the hammock where we'll lay and listen to the ocean waves as they crash. Is like, so I don't, and I can't do that whole Robbie, save Robbie shit over there. Gross, 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 gross. Robbie and Natasha Cooper to me are on the exact same level of gross. I know the dance. I can't do all that shit either. I need new drama. I gotta get away from the LCU shit. I got to. I mean, it's not costing me anything. Like I said, I still get my floors swept and mopped and my dishes done and my furniture polished, and I still get, everything done because I've got a set of headphones on while I'm listening. But I just got to get away from the constant torment of people and making money off of it. You'll never, please, somebody, please tell me how giving a millionaire money on here when all he does is humiliate people is how does that work? I want to know. Robbie has retired from live streams. It's nothing but gold ahead of him. He's working on clout chasers too, I hope. His cat say I can't. Oh God. I'm sorry I even said that. I can't. But speaking of which, Robbie with his dancing shorts. Oh God. Robbie is somebody that I never liked. Let's go all the way back to like 2017, 2018, 2019, whatever it was, when I was hanging over at Laura Perplexed, and Robbie would come into chat. Never liked him. Never liked him. Laura and all of them still like him. I never liked him. Told Laura, I can't do that, dude. That little guy that comes in and says, I'm Switzerland. No, dude, you're gay. You're not Switzerland. Okay, guys, remember the cartoon about me and my dancing hernia? Ross made that. So, see, I can move on. I can move on because me and Ross, or was it Rex? I might have been confusing you, Ross, with Rex. Might have been Rex. Either way, all I ever heard back in the day was how bad RGA was. Oh my God, they're so bad. And I jumped on that train. I thought, oh my God, they're so bad. But then once I got to know them, no, they're not. I mean, some are a little crazy, but they don't dox. They don't go real life. They ain't on here collecting coins for fake shit. Wow, Ross, you dick. I don't remember if it was Ross or Rex, because Ross, was it you that used to always come into my chat and say, smoke another one? And I'd be like, suck a dick. That might have been Rex. I don't know. I can't remember. I made the video, but it wasn't to bother you. It was just animating a joke Rex made. Well, back then, that was like horrible. And now when I look at it, I just freaking laugh. Hello, my darling. Hello, my baby. Hello, my good time. Wasn't that the song it was set to? I don't even see Cosmic anymore. But like I said, I've had my nose stuck over there at the LCU for so long that I haven't really been paying attention to anything more. And when I do go poking around, everything I see is just gross. I like Cosmic. I always have. Even when I thought RDA was like the most horrible thing on YouTube, I like Cosmic. It was either Ross or Rex that I just thought was just the devil. I can't remember now. Hmm. And come to find out, they're not. They ain't out here doing this shit. They ain't making their living on the internet by scamming people. They ain't making their living on the internet by getting in the thick of doxing people's families, doing FOIAs, calling people, doing fundraisers. Shoot, they're fucking angels compared to what's out there. Rex is gone forever. Well, I hope that means like gone from the internet. I knew he, was doing life and all. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But I'm gonna jump off here. Got some stuff to do. I need to lay out something for dinner. Um, I just wanted to come on, touch base. Haven't talked to you guys in a while, and if y'all got some good drama, somewhere I can go and like observe before I jump in knee deep, hit me up. Let me know, because I have got to get away from the whole LCU, the fake Keemstar, I got to get away from that shit, man. I got reeled in, and I am not proud. I am not proud at all. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna jump off, go do my daily cleaning and shit. So, you all have a good one, and I will see you in the chats around the tubes. Bye, guys.